Hey everyone, this is Dynamite Man ZGI here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Metroid Fusion. In the last part, we arrived here at the BSL Research Center with the task of investigating the invading X parasite. In this part, we will be exploring the first sector of the BSL Research Center, the SRX Eco System. Alright. Hopefully we don't end up with any more fiascos like we did in the last part with my controller being unplugged. That'd be really nice. I'd really like that. Alright, we are in the navigation room, just like Adam told us. And he's going to download the map for us, which is very useful. Well, for now. Just like in the main area, there are certain spots that are hidden to us. We won't be able to see them all. Alright, so the objective of this part is to go into the ecosystem and to regenerate the air vents. This is where they're reproducing right now. Actually, I'm going to heal up here. This is a very useful area. Always keep an eye out for the R rooms. Usually call them by their letter. So if I say head to the R room, you're going to want to recharge there. Right, so this part is pretty much straightforward. There's really not very many places that you can go right now. Just head in a straight line. Head over this way. Alright, here's the first ventilation system that we need to fix. So the X stop reproducing. So the first one's going to be kind of easy. You want to pop it with 3 missiles, and it'll restore itself. And then give it a minute, and then the automatic door will open. Now this room is kind of interesting. It's kind of important for you too. What you're going to want to do here is shoot this down here, and head right down here. Energy tank! Tank! Right underneath here. That's our second energy tank in the game. This guy's going to be kind of hard to... Ow! Very nice. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to want to head over this way first, because there's another vent that we need to fix. Alright. Stop these guys from reproducing. Yeah, just keep using your regular shots right now. Jump over this, because this is actually, it's one of those break-apart boxes, or spots. Now you see that the regular... or the vents are kind of harder to get at. So that's something you want to keep in mind, is that they're not always going to be easy to hit. So you got to think of clever ways to get at them. All right, there's... Whoa! Gotta think of clever ways to get them. These guys are armored in their fronts. They kind of look like Helmarocks, like baby Helmarocks from Legend of Zelda. It's kind of interesting to think about. Gotcha. Alright. Oh, space pirate lookalikes. That's kind of creepy looking. Alright, this room, there are actually a couple of things that we can get in here. I think. Okay, so here's the thing. There is another item that we can get right now, but I would like to come back here when we have one more energy tank. So that was a missile tank we picked up. Down there, if you actually have enough energy, you can go down there and pick up another missile expansion. But I wouldn't recommend it on two health bars. These guys don't go out, don't get taken out easily. I recommend using missiles to take them out, but even then, it might be a waste of your time. The Sonic the Hedgehog crab right there. We don't have the Varia suit or the gravity suit yet, so we're going to be stuck with hitting or like struggling in the water. This one you got to hang on to the ladder here and aim to the left. And you should be able to hit that guy. These guys are kind of ever regenerating. There's a what's the word I'm looking for? They're docile, so they won't attack you. Heal up a little bit more here. Okay, we can't get down there yet. I don't think we can anyway, so I wouldn't worry about that. There's a vent room in here. Okay, that's the way out. This way, and that's another exit. We'll worry about that later. Alright, so we're going to take these guys out first. Oh, well, infected another innocent guy. Alright, you know what? Not worth it anymore. There we go. Alright, one more. Those X viruses, they tend to run away from you, so they're not fun. Take that. The missile tank there. Tank! That's all we can get in there for now. For now. There's a green room back there that we can enter later. Oh! These guys are feeling my missiles pretty well, so not going to complain. Alright, these doors, you can only open them on one side until you get a specific item, if you know what I mean. Alright, water room, not fun. Hopefully we don't got to deal with this too much longer. Alright, just keep going. Get up there. Alright. Oh. It's a boss door. Alright. This is a recovery room of sorts. Those guys will spawn eternally. This room will also become important later for something else. So be sure to keep this room and the next couple in mind. They are kind of important. But these X's will spawn eternally and infect these basic enemies. So you could spend your time in that room and heal. They'll do so eternally. One more, come on. Alright. Oh, that was lucky. Alright. Oh, look at that, a Chozo statue. Oh, whoa! Alright, these are, these are kind of special. These X viruses. Usually when they're, ow, I didn't think he was going to aim at me like that. Usually when you get a new beam upgrade, you'll have to take on one of those viruses like that. They come in different shapes and sizes, of course. They also take a different number of hits as well. There are certain viruses that do forms of the certain forms of the X virus that will require you to fight them like that, and that really eerie music will play when you do so. Alright, so now we got the charge beam. The charge beam has two uses. The first one is, of course, its charged use that you can use to shoot off, and Samus does a really cool, like, swipe downward when she does that. The other use is something that I don't see a lot of people use too often, is the screw attack move. You flip through the air, and you can use that to attack weaker enemies. So that's something that I would recommend people using sometimes. Alright, now, before I leave, I do believe, yes, is a room back here. And as you can tell from the map, there is an item in here. And it's down there. Also, there's a missile tank there. Tank! Also, your beam is slightly stronger. I think it does 1.5 times damage it did before, so that's very nice. I think. It might even do double damage at this point, but it is more powerful. That's something you want. And it does cover a wider area of impact, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, this was something that tricked me up the first time I played. You gotta shoot the wall here. And that is the last atmospheric ventilation system that needed to be fixed. Very nice. A little bit of, get some extra health and missiles back. Now, for the most part, I really like to just kind of run around and use my charge beam whenever. And here, oops, there we go. We have a room. Can I do this? No, I can't. Fine, we'll do it the hard way. Okay, you know what? That's getting annoying. Got it! Alright, another missile tank. Tank! I got 40 of those bastards. Now, the more missile tanks that you have at the beginning of the game, the better. Mainly because you don't want to rely too much on your beam, because sometimes you can't hit things with. There are certain enemies that only get hit by that only take damage from the missiles over your beam. So that's something that you kind of want to keep in mind. Let me pause it here real quick. All right, we want to head. Yeah, we want to head straight through. These guys go out really easily now, though, so that's kind of nice. Ow! A lot more easily than they did before, anyway. Also, the thing that, as soon as you, so if you were to set up your charge beam, and you were to switch to your missiles rapidly, you will release that beam. Something to keep in mind, I suppose. Oh, that noise freaked me out for a second. What the hell is that noise? Alright, very nice. Overall, it's just a good idea to just run around and shoot things. You never know what you can find as well. Alright, we've arrived at the recharge station. Very nice. Our room, very nice. There's also a save room here. And then the end room. So typically with every part that I do, I will be starting every episode relatively the same. Entering the end room, and then getting my objective, and then doing the objective, and then leaving again. The next room we gotta explore is the Troll Room, which I can start heading there, and then I'm gonna end things off. I think a section per video was good enough. Alright. Keep in mind, the elevator back to the main station area is off limits right now because of that weird Samus looking thing. As I listened to the briefing, my thoughts turned out. The real Adam understood me well. He would end orders by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He knew I wouldn't disagree. That was just his way of noting our trust. I wonder if I can trust this computer too. Or this computer, too. Ah, delicious coffee. God, I love how her intimidating stance there. Alright. Let's head to room 2. Section 2. And the next one. Alright. The next one we'll be exploring Sector 2 of the BSL space station, the tropical area, TRO. Alright, so next time on Super Metroid, we'll be doing just that. Take care, y'all.